What's up, guys? Time for a bit more Gambit Nerd Corner. So this is triggered by a comment by Dev on one of my videos saying, have you heard of the Soller Gambit? Which is another continuation from the Englund Gambit. So d4, e5 takes, and then so I've been looking at this Charlic Gambit now with d6, okay, but the Soller Gambit is a bit kind of more Danish-like. It seems like a very similar pattern, right, with offering up a second pawn to your opponent. Now, they will. So what I'm doing here, okay, you'll see I've got the Lichess Players Database. I'll show you the settings. It's set to 1800 all the way up to 2500, Blitz and Rapid. And so what I'm doing is, in every case, I'm going to choose White's #1 most common response, okay? And we're looking for interesting lines based on that. I'm not doing the same for Black. I'm not choosing the most common response. I'm choosing what looks like to be the most winning response. Okay, so White takes. And here, I mean, there are options to sack the yet another pawn like you do in the Danish to recapture with this. But notice that because our d pawn isn't out, we can't play our bishop out there like you would do in the full Danish. Okay, but also there's also a risk of them just playing f7 with check and forcing your king to move, which basically forces your king to capture, and we don't want that. Okay, so the move that I'm suggesting here is knight f6, and you'll note, well, we have to ignore the fish at this point, right? The fish hates this because the fish knows that with extremely accurate play, which the fish can do, pawns are worth their weight in gold, whereas as far as real humans are concerned, initiative and advanced development are worth their weight in gold some of the time. So anyway, most common move, we get knight to f3, and then we are going to play out our other knight to f6. So just recap, we've lost the e pawn, White is down a d pawn, and we've given up Freddy in return for having a lead in development, 2 knights against 1 knight. All right, so far so good. Now, what we're going to look at, I'm going to show you just 3 lines. This is just for giggles, right? 3 lines. The most popular, second most common, third, because they are, bishop g5, as we can see here. If you hover over the number, it's 31%. Knight c3, 27%, and that's a lot of fun. And then e3, we'll take a quick look at e3 at 16%. Okay. Now, from this point, on average, it's 51% to White, 45% to Black. So there's nothing really special here. So let's crack on with bishop g5. Now, this is the most common move. So what we're going to do here is we're going to kick the bishop. And obviously, they really aren't going to take. I mean, what's that? 30, well, take 1/3 of the time. If they do that, Black wins 57% because you're going to recapture with a queen, right? You're then hitting the b2 pawn. And you've got, again, 2 pieces to 1 developed into the board. So it's just better for Black, okay? So more likely they're going to retreat the bishop and you kick again. Right, we're in Gambit mode. We're in full-on balls-out Gambit style, okay? They have to retreat the bishop now to g3. And then you can see there's a few options here. So I'm suggesting d5, right? Really push out in the center, start to control space in the center. It is an important move, and notice it's defended by a knight, it's defended by a queen. It's never too late to grab central control. So the most common move here is e3, okay? And then here you can see knight e4, right? Knight e4, and you can see this bishop can't go here. It could go there and attack our rook, but quite honestly, they don't really want to give up their bishop. Most common move by White here, knight b to d2, thinking I should develop, let's attack this invasive horse. You get the bishop, they recapture obviously with the h-pawn, because if they recapture with f, they're going to leave themselves with an isolated pawn there, they don't want that. And, you can see that White is relatively cramped, relatively undeveloped, and then some queen f6 now hitting b2, okay? They will push c3 nearly all the time. And here you can see that actually on the database it's what, 3 wins, 3 losses, and 3 draws for the move g4. But I think that is probably best from here, based on also the engine kind of likes that move as well. They're going to play their knight here. You trade off the knights, right? And then play out your bishop to here. Now, we've got an equal position. White is plus 0.3 based on completely accurate play. But look at this, right? Yeah, we've got the option to long castle, maybe push c6, right? And White's pawns are not pretty. You know, there's options. Harry could come firing up there. This bishop could come out. It just feels like Black has got a lot more scope. All right, so let's go back to the beginning. Okay, and this is really the way I think that I'm going to train these openings, is to pick one main continuation in each kind of main branch, and then just kind of review those games and try and understand the games rather than try and memorize, if they do this, you do that. Right? Okay, anyway, so here we go. d4, blah, they take. We offer a second pawn, we take with the knight. Okay, so previously we looked at bishop g5. I know. They take with the knight. They're going to bring out their knight. Yeah, we play knight g6. Okay, so we looked at bishop g5. Now let's look at the second most common move, which is knight c3. And again, right, check this out. We are going to play all of White's most common responses. Okay, and this is like 4 knights variation, okay, of the Soller Gambit. And remember, it's Black to play now. So we've given up Freddie. Freddie has sacrificed his little life in return for us having the initiative. Okay, and let's see how this goes. We play d5, really grabbing that central space. Okay, White's most common move, bishop g5, pinning our knight. Okay, right, slightly inaccurate maybe. And now we unleash one of the most stunning attacks that I know about, and certainly the most stunning attack that I've ever found myself through digging through the database. Check this out, d4. Okay, this pawn on d4 is defended twice and attacked twice. Oops. Okay, so White can't capture because he just loses a piece. So he will play, most common move, played how often? At least half the time. 60% of the time, the blunder, knight e4. Now, pause. See if you can see this, because bug it if I could, right? What is Black's next move? Knight takes e4, and I want to get some ONMQ t-shirts made up. It's oh no, my queen time, right? This position has been seen 51 times. Black has won 94% of those games, giving up his queen. Now why? Right? Every time White will take the queen, White will go, you muppet, thank you very much, I'll take the queen. Bishop b4 check, right? You've got knight blocks, doesn't work, bishop will take with check, forcing the queen to give up her life, right? So 39 times out of 50, and by the way, if knight blocks is probably is preferable, but Black still wins 91% of the time. That's like 10 out of 11 games. Most common move is going to be c3. Okay, c3. And now we take with the d pawn. Okay, so what we're threatening to capture here with a discovered check, or we're threatening to push on to c2, attacking the queen with a discovered check. And from this point, it really doesn't matter what White does. Right? White is up a queen at this point. Okay. Their most common move, I mean, just look at this. It's Black all the way, right? Best move possibly bishop g5. But even so, actually, the machine recommends a3. Okay, and when they play a3, we push c2. Okay, all they can do is grab the bishop. We grab the queen with a queen, right? Doesn't really matter. They take probably with a rook, and now you come back and grab the bishop. And look, when the dust settles, who's up a minor piece? We are. Isn't that insane? I would love, love, love to get that in a real game. Anyway, so that's the second most common line. And look, that's white playing the most common responses all the way down. Nice trap. Okay, anyway. So, repeat. Englund Gambit, accepted. Soller Gambit, accepted. Right? Which, nearly all the time. Yeah, they may play knight f3, blah, blah, blah. You know. Okay, so we take with the knight. Most common response by a long way, knight f3. We bring out our knight. And now let's look at the third most popular response. Just e3. Pushing the pawn forward, preparing to get this minor piece out into the game, here or here, and castle the king. Okay. And this is seen 16% of the time, so that's 1 in 6 games. Okay. Again, d5, right? Very typical. Control the center. Why not? They develop the bishop, most common move. We play bishop d6 in front of the queen. Again, you know, this is Freddy Krueger repertoire stuff. We've got rid of Freddy, you know. Freddy is died, but he hasn't finished. Okay. He's gonna come back and get you. Right? They castle, we castle. We now have a rook on the semi-open file. All good, right? b3 is most common move, slightly inaccurate. They're preparing to fianchetto the bishop. We bring our bishop out to pin the knight, they fianchetto. Queen e8, right? Now, the engine, the fish machine, has white better here, plus 1.4, right? But in real life, this position's been reached 10 times. Black's won 7 of those games. Because, again, black has the initiative. Everything's out, right? White's got a knight still to develop. Okay, now why queen e8, I'm not 100% sure. But it gives the queen this diagonal, you know, we're adding another defender to this. We shall see, but that's all you really need to know, right? From this position, we could follow it through. There's been 10 games. The top games, the plus 2000s, all won by black. So, yeah, you know, thank you to for the viewer that recommended this. It looks interesting to me, and quite a lot of the time, right? You're going to get this knight c3 idea, okay, and knight c3 played over 1 in 4 times could be an interesting trap. So yeah, one to consider. So end of Gambit Nerd Corner. Thanks for watching. See you later.